was John Lewis on the drums. And how about that Chris Pena? front. Lewis on the drums. You've been listening to Jean-Louis on the drums, Chuck Johnson on the tenor saxophone. Everybody come to the Nash tomorrow night to hear Chuck Johnson's quartet. I'll be there. T-Bone Sistrunk on the bass. And the magnificent Chris Pena on the piano. My name's Dimitri, and that's a flugelhorn. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody drive safely. Thank you.
Okay, if I can figure out the. Let's see. It's a PowerPoint, and let's see. What do I have?
This one, probably break 2017.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. If you can please try to find your seat, that'd be great. I see CFAS is looking for their seats up front here. I'm helping you. Yes. Welcome back, everyone. How are you? Doesn't sound real loud on me. I turn it on. Okay. Guy, yes, show me, help me. Welcome back, everyone. Can you even hear that? A little bit? Hello. Welcome back. That's almost... Okay, went ahead and put in my teacher voice for that one, yeah, my classroom voice. Well, come on in, everyone. We're already 5 minutes behind him. I'm the timekeeper, so we got to get moving. Come on in. Welcome. Happy New Year. Wow. Can you believe it? 2018? Wow. Wow. Welcome back. In case you don't know, my name is Tilly Chavez, and I'm the Interim Vice President of Learning, and I just like to talk. They give me a mic, and I go. So welcome back. Happy New Year. And my job is to keep us on time today, so I want to make sure we're moving. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start off with something a little unusual. Many of you, how many of you attend meetings at this college? I should see every hand up. So if you attend meetings at this college, if you're in any of our council meetings, manager meetings, department meetings, division meetings, any more meetings that you can think of, we usually begin with check-in. And if you haven't, maybe that's something you might want to think about. Check-in is a time for us to go around the table, see where people are. Maybe I'm not quite here yet, and I need to let the team know why I'm distracted. Whatever that might be. So what we thought is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the check-in. And I have many people here. I see Dean Goodman back there. Not at a table, but I'm not going to make him put at a table, but join a table and help model the way for people that don't know how to do a check-in. So go at your table, give you 2 minutes to do a quick check-in of where you are. Go. I'm here.
No caffeine, what? I'm good. I've had caffeine but not enough. Sun disruption.
Good morning. I am here, present, and ready to go. I haven't had enough food, so I haven't even finished fixing my food. My hands are occupied. My brain is occupied.
You all have a good break.
Yes. Wonderful. How about you?
I did. I was
You're fired up. I've never heard
That's not possible, is it? But it's clean.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for that check-in. I'm excited to see that you had such a great time on your check-in there. See, they got it. So how did that go? Pretty nice? We might actually try a little checkout at the end of the day too, so save some of it for checkout. Yes, go ahead. Woo! I wish I could say that was me, but it wasn't. Thank you, Miss Lori. Got your attention. That's a lot of great information. I hope it was great information about how relaxed you are, how excited you are to come back and start a new semester and get moving. So it's my pleasure for us to keep moving on that agenda and invite Dr. Olson up, and she is going to come and help do our welcome and our greeting for us.
Thank you, Tilly. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I asked Tilly to model the way we've been doing check-ins and check-outs at our meetings for the last probably 2 years. And because I want you to hear it from my mouth and no one else's mouth, over my holiday break, I buried my father. And I wanted you to hear that from me. But in October at an administrative meeting with the deans and VPs, I remember very purposefully my checkout that day. It was probably early October. And I told them, I said, you, my work family, you're going to experience something with me this year. I'm going to lose my dog, and I'm going to lose my dad. And it's going to happen this year. And it happened within the next month that I lost my dog and my dad in December. So Here's the last picture with my dad at Christmas. This was taken a year ago. He's on oxygen. That's what he looked like when he was 18 years old. So he was a very healthy man, and that was a picture taken at the nursing home probably about a week before he passed. Here's me with my dog, and just some memories from the summer. And the one on the right is the last walk that she took. And that was October 23rd, and she died November 2nd. And you can see the house right there in the right-hand corner. That's where she lives with my husband. But my little granddaughter, Javea, said, "Grandma, let's take Kaya Girl for a walk." So on that day, we took her for a walk, and I'm so glad I had a granddaughter, because I probably wouldn't have taken her for a walk, because I thought she couldn't walk that far anymore. But my granddaughter helped me take her for that final walk. So I have a picture of her in my home here in Phoenix, and I bring her flowers. Last night I went and bought her flowers, and I do that for myself, not for her, because she doesn't know I'm doing it. But you all know, those of you that saw me when I interviewed 7 years ago, know how much I love this dog. And those of you that are new to the college, if you want to talk about something with me, bring up a dog and I'll talk for the next hour with you. Show me pictures of your dog or your cat or your gerbil or whatever. That'll get us going. I'll get to know you really fast. But I thought it was only fair to let all of you know that I lost these two significant people in my life in the last 6 weeks. So on Christmas Eve, my husband and I were we stayed in Duluth so we could be with family, my husband's brother, and we observed the largest free walk-through light show in the world on the harbor in Duluth. It's called Bentleyville. So if you're ever there in November, December, when it's 25 below zero, and the water makes it even feel colder, but it is a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. It could be on a bucket list if you like cold weather. And this is what it looked like the night I buried my father. It was 25 degrees below, but we did bury him that day. And as you can see, the full moon is out over the street sign. There's a little circle there. That was the night of a full moon, so very beautiful picture, but it was very, very cold. And then my husband and I had the splendid opportunity. We had our granddaughters 24/7 for 11 days. And that day, the last day of that was Saturday. And I flew back here on Sunday, so it was very, very fun, but I did take the oldest one to see this light show in the town in Thief River Falls. So here they are, Janessa, 16 months old on the left, and Javea, 4 years old on the right. Very, very active and energetic kids. Here they are watching Charlie Brown Christmas with me. It was a must, and we did it for 5 nights in a row. And they had, had rule of the room, 10 blankets, chairs like all over, made castles, and we had fun. And then here's a picture of my husband holding Janessa and Javea sitting in a chair eating some taco chips. So that was my holiday break, and I wanted you all to hear it from me, that those things happened in my life. But I shared that with those that work very closely with me. I was very purposeful about letting them know, because I knew that I would be here by myself when those things happened. And if I didn't have the love of the people that I work with, it would have been very hard to get through it. But I can't thank people enough for helping me get through these rough times, because I feel good on the other side, and we all need to support each other in good times and in bad. So we are the College with the Heart, and I just want to let all of you know I really appreciate all the things that you do for our students and for each other. That's why this is a very special place. And leading right into results, changing lives. Some of you already know this, but those of you that haven't been at College Updates, we were announced as a top 150 finalist for the 2019 Aspen again. And it has to do with our success with students, our success with minority students, retention rates, graduation rates. So congratulations to you. Give yourself a round of applause for making that list once again. So the flyers that we have, or the banners that we have hanging in the college, will be updated to note that we are on the Aspen list again in 2019. And as a result of being on this list, over the holiday break, I got a notice from district marketing that South Mountain made the 50 best community colleges for 2017. And they have all kinds of categories. There's a lot of university rankings in this website, but they do have a special one for community colleges. Here's the web link so you can look at it in greater detail at your own convenience. But we are number 11 out of 50. 11. They give you a college choice score. And again, many of their markers are tied to what the Aspen measures us. Scottsdale ranked 28, Gateway ranked 33, and Estrella Mountain ranked 34. So again, a proud moment for South Mountain. And we will be working with district marketing to promote that, put it out on billboards or put it in marketing that we put on our website, as well as what we tell our students. So quickly, these are the things that they use. They use IPEDS data. They used first-year retention rates, 3-year graduation rates, credentials awarded. And then they have a diversity score, but I dug through their entire website, and they don't tell us what our score was. But it's again, the success that we're having with our students, all students, and specifically minority students. So for any of you that really like data, this is the spreadsheet. There's 2 on each table, so help yourself. If you look at this data that Aspen uses to create their top 150 list, of which influenced us getting on this top 50 list, I have this spreadsheet organized by minority. Okay, minority, what percent of our students are minority? Of the group of 150 colleges, our college is the 6th on this list of serving minority students. Over 70% of our students are minority students. Now, if you look to the far right-hand side of this document, at the very top it shows you what the community college average was in performance and equity minority rates, the orange and the blue headers over there. We are above the community college average in almost every one of those categories. If you take a look at us, we are at our first-year retention rate is below the average. We are at 46.1% for all students. But for so that, we can work on that. We continue to work on that. 3-year graduation rate, 51% for all students. For minority students, 48%. Look at how much higher we are than many, many of those colleges serving our minority students. And then credentials awarded per 1,000 FTSE, 53, we're way above the average for all students, and then for minority students, 39. Again, we're way above the average. So those of you, we'll share this with the PowerPoint so you can all have a copy of this. This is a very proud moment for South Mountain. I really hope that each and every one of you dig into this data and use it. Use it in your program review. Use it in your work with student success strategies, because this is a proud moment for South Mountain Community College. So again, pat yourself on the back for that excellent work. Sometimes I wonder when I get these notices like over the holidays, or when it's kind of like I was feeling, really bad about my dad dying. But on the way back on the plane, I open up this email and I'm going, what a gift. South Mountain is being acknowledged on this top 50 list. And I'm just going to say a few more things about my dad. Before he passed, probably when I told my admin team that I was going to lose him in the next year, I went through a closet and I found 3 birthday cards from him that he had written to me in the last 5 years. And I wish I could have shown you what he wrote to me on those cards. My dad is a dairy farmer. He doesn't have a college degree. But what he wrote to me about being the president of South Mountain Community College would make you cry. And I'm so glad I have those cards. They are sacred to me. And it's just like, this is the reason why I do this work. I love doing this work. My husband supports me. My dad supports me. It's like, it was like, wow, okay, Dad, you'd be proud that we made this list of the top 50 community colleges in the nation. So, last note that I have before we turn it over to the next presenter is our students. This is who our students selected for our keynote at Grand Canyon University on Thursday at 7 p.m. May 10th. Dr. Oswaldo Moreno, and he's from Virginia Commonwealth University. And this is a very transparent process. Our students rank the presentations or the proposals that come in. And I want to thank each and every one of you if you submitted a proposal. It's a great process. I think Alicia Smith helped us move the needle on creating this process a few years ago. So thank you. We're in our second year of using it. It works very smoothly, and I think it's a best practice. So thank you for making that happen. So with that, we have a 2.5-minute video from the Chancellor regarding transformations. So we're going to turn that video on and let you listen to Dr. Maria Harper-Marinick.
These are really exciting times for the Maricopa Community Colleges. We've been serving the community for many years. We are one of the key players in how the economy of the state thrives or doesn't thrive. And we need to be very mindful of how we educate students that can access those jobs.
We all have a stake in this. We're all going to make a difference.
And this matters. And what we do in these next few years matters.
Because we need to adapt to the changes in the community.
And really put that student back in the center so that they can be successful, which is what we all want, which is why we're all here, it's what we're all passionate about. And that's why this is great.
There are 3 areas in the transformation. One area is student support and guided pathways. We are developing new industry partnerships, and then we are looking at ways of making our enterprise, our institution, more effective and efficient.
Many students come to us not being sure of what they plan to major in. Guided Pathways and student support gives them the pathway to follow and the people to help them stay on that pathway.
Industry partnerships are critical to the work that we do in community colleges. Building connections, building internships is crucial to their success.
Through enterprise performance, we're not only going to have more engaged employees, but we're really going to look at our systems to ensure all colleges are working together and aligned in tandem.
We don't want to become an antiquated system that can't serve the students, and this lets us have a chance to change that so that they can face tomorrow and they're empowered, they're ready, they have jobs.
The thing about the transformation is that we're leaving nothing to chance, that we're bringing all of our good work, all of our resources to ensure that no students fall off.
It is critically important that we are that solution, that we develop the programs and the pathways that get the students on that way to getting the jobs that are important to the state of Arizona.
It is a great time to be in Maricopa to impact student success.
The dedication, the hard work, the innovation that already exists in the faculty and staff around the district is going to allow Maricopa to be very successful with this transformation.
We're doing it for the students, we're doing it to serve the community, and at the end of the day, we're doing it because we want to have a state that is thriving economically with very engaged and educated citizens.
We'll be hearing more about transformation on our agenda this morning. But I wanted to make sure all of you got to have that video welcome from the Chancellor. It was sent to us late in the afternoon yesterday, so we inserted it quickly into our PowerPoint for you all to view. So before I turn it over to Ryan and Christine, Dr. Janet Ortega is not here. She's attending a funeral. Her son-in-law's father passed away, so she's out in eastern Arizona at a funeral. So I just wanted to let you know that she is attending to personal matters, but I wanted to make sure that you were aware that that's why she's not here, or else she'd be here. So with that, Ryan and Christine.
Thank you.
Clicker?
The clicker? Take the clicker.
All right. Well, it's our pleasure today to give you an update about Success Coaching. Really what we want to say is thank you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. and being there for our students and helping them in this process of, getting through this first semester and getting on to the next semester and keeping them here. We had a total of 61 faculty and staff who completed the mentor profile. And we targeted 4 CPD 150 classes, and we had 128 students select mentors for this last fall. We did do a survey, and we wanted to share a little bit of that information to you. So we asked the students the questions of whether they agree or strongly agree to some statements of how their mentor helped them. 73% of our students agreed or strongly agreed that the mentor helped them develop and progress toward their academic and personal goals. One of the things that we also did, which I want to add to this, is we did a survey with our coaches as well. And it was interesting to see what the goals that our students were setting. And there was certainly a diversity of goals. However, what was interesting is a majority of a large group of these students were setting goals around career decision making, which is really important to Ryan and I as trainers, so we can provide more information on that career decision making process to help you guide students through that process. 76% of the students agreed or strongly agreed that the mentor helped them feel more hopeful about their future goals and vision for their life. 75% agreed or strongly agreed that their mentor helped them understand their strengths and how to use them to help them achieve their goals. And 76% they felt that the mentor helped them feel more connected to South Mountain Community College. And I'm so thankful that Dr. Olson shared her story about with her colleagues, like, this is my work family, and you're going to experience this with me this year, because we can make a direct correlation to our students. We are their college family. We're here as their family as they step foot on campus, and we don't know what they're experiencing in their personal life. So they come to campus, and this is what you got. This is me, and this is what I'm going through. And as mentors, this is our opportunity to say, yes, we're here, we understand, and we're here to support you through this process. So thank you for all you do. You guys all deserve a round of applause. Thank you. So Ryan, being the great storyteller that he is, he's going to take over and share some stories. I'm the data person. Okay.
I got an hour? I'm just kidding. Titley's like, I love having a mic. No, you don't. No, compared to me, man, I could have a mic all day. No, I'm just kidding. It's been honestly a cool experience this last semester, piloting the program and hearing about some of the challenges. I've heard your challenges as mentors, and I hear you loud and clear. I hide out in my office a little bit when you come. No, I'm kidding. But no, I've heard some of the challenges as we pilot this new program. But some of the things that have been most impactful to me, and as Dr. Olson sharing about relationships, that's the thing that was, as I read through the data and have been listening to students, is I have been kind of amazed of how simple this process is, and what students really need. What they need is connection and these relationships. And I have watched as there's been several students who come in, are dialed in with their goals, and are like just kind of going through the motions and don't need the support. But let's be honest, a vast majority of them, we would say untapped potential or clueless. And they need support and like kind of a family around them. I remember one of the students I had a privilege of mentoring was a Marine, one of our vets on campus. So he discharged from the Marines over the summer. He came in as a Marine very excited about his goals, very focused and diligent, but kind of was all over the place. Kind of didn't know what he was passionate about, like most of our students. I'm not sure what I want to focus in on. That's the best, right? Let's figure out your passion, and let's kind of throw mud at the wall and see what sticks. And through that first session, kind of learned that, man, he doesn't really know his passion. But then another big thing was that he didn't have a lot of connections. He grew up in South Phoenix, went off to the Marines, and came back here. And his go-to is to Netflix and chill, right? So he doesn't really have a lot of support in place. So we kind of hit at our first time together, we focus in on trying to figure out his passions. He has all these lists of ideas of different places. One of them, I want to do fitness and personal trainer. Great. So what we did is I had him go explore at a gym that he works out with and say, I want you to go just check out and see what it's like to be a personal trainer and shadow a guy. So he did that for the day, for one of his goals, comes back, and I'm like, how was the experience? He's like, terrible. I go, so we can check that off the list? Deal. And sometimes it's like, man, that is just a terrible direction. I'm glad we figured it now before you took anatomy and physiology, because that class is a grind. And as months progressed, as we continued to meet, I ended up getting plugged in with an employer that works with kids, because one of his passions is working with kids. And I actually talked to him right after Christmas, about a couple weeks ago, and asking how things have been going throughout the semester. And he says, man, this job's really hard, but I really love working with these foster kids. Okay, that's good. But he says, one of the coolest things is, like, I didn't really have a place to go at Christmas. I didn't have a place to go on Christmas Day. And these people in the community who are, many of them go to South Mountain, invited me over, and I celebrated Christmas with them. And I'm like, now what's happening is this very vanilla contact that happened here. This guy is developing like this extended family in these connections. And talk about like having a campus with a heart. Like, and this is not me doing it. This is the students grabbing a hold of each other and saying, no, this is our extended family. What a beautiful thing. Because what we know is that in the research, if the things that make students not persist and keep going is they don't have a plan and they don't feel connected. So yeah, when things are all blurry and crazy, man, they kind of fall off the wayside. But if they don't feel connected to someone else, that's what happens. And I was reading through a bunch of the other research and some of the things that the mentors were saying about things that stood out to them this semester. I jotted a couple of them down. One said they felt less lonely. The student said, I felt less lonely on campus. Another student was interested in social work, didn't know what in the world to do. So their mentor found someone who has a master's degree in the field and got them connected. Another student said none of their family has been to college, didn't know the job opportunities in the business field. And their mentor opened their eyes to options. One of my favorites is a kid was a profound, he is a self-reported, extremely shy introvert and terrified to speak up in class. Told his mentor that this was one of his challenges, and the mentor hit the nail on the head and says, let's make a goal. No, let's not. No, let's make a goal. And it made a goal for them to talk to 2 students in their class about their strengths and about just kind of different things in class. Maybe took a little bit longer to achieve the goal than he would have liked. You remember the angst of like being an introvert in class over and over again? But at the end, he ended up doing that goal, and he says at the end, he says that now I have the confidence at least to be able to ask for help. Like, that's a big moment for a student. One of my favorites is I had a student in my Psych 101 class. Her name's Amaya, and we're in the middle of right before class is starting. She says, I gotta talking to her friend. I'm always eavesdropping on them. She said, I gotta meet with my mentor after class. I'm like, what? And I'm like, who's your mentor? And she's like, well, I was trying to go on that website, and I was like going down the list and trying to find someone involved in healthcare, and I kept going and going and going, and I found this lady, Tilly. I was like, oh, watch out. I go, get ready. And so then they started having their sessions, and then a month later I asked her, hey, Maya, how are things going? She has a big old grin on her face. She's like, Tilly's intense. She's like, I thought we were just gonna meet in her office, and she got a secretary and all this. But then all of a sudden, like, we're going out to Phoenix College, and we're getting like tours of the labs at the Phoenix College. And then she gets me in contact with some lady who's in charge of the sciences, Dr. Levy or something. I'm like, okay. and telling me what science classes to take. And I'm like, and she's like, I don't know what I would have done without her, honestly. Yeah. And she says, I came out from Cesar Chavez and I knew I wanted to help people with like healthcare, but now I know what I'm doing. And then I'm listening to Amaya's and Tilly's conversation at the end of the semester, and Tilly's talking to her about letters of recommendation and doing like the next part of the process, and text me after this. I mean, like, she's getting after it. And this student who just came from Cesar Chavez, comes to school, didn't really have a direction, now got a plan. And now has someone in their corner that's going to be able to make sure they know what they need to do. So I'm just grateful to that. Yeah, I mean, when we look at these numbers, 61 of you guys stepped up to do it, but 128 students have a plan. 128 students feel connected. And that's a huge praise when we hire at the college with a heart. So I'm grateful to you guys for that. Thank you so much. So my shameless plugs are this. My shameless plugs are twofold. Number one, some of you laggers and late adopters, I need you to get on the boat with me. We worked out some of the kinks, and I've narrowed down the training. The first training was 3 days. It made it, no, I'm just kidding. So we narrowed it down from 4 hours to 2 hours. I will get you in and out. And pretty much if you like working with students and you have, you can breathe, you can do this. I give you everything, we give you everything you need. So if you're interested in being a success coach, I know we're all busy, but let's make sure that these students are connected, these first generation, these first semester students get connected. We got a 2-hour training, it's listed in your pamphlet. And then for those veterans in the room, you've been going a semester, you're a vet in my eyes. So don't pull the ripcord yet. I know some of y'all are busy and didn't go like we thought. Don't give up. Don't give up on me. And don't put in your 2-week notice. I reject it. And but we have a refresher training. It's not mandatory. Christine calls it a brown bag. I didn't really know what that meant. That means you bring your lunch. I'm not giving you food. You just come. But that's this Thursday. It's 1 hour. I looked at all the trainings and refresher stuff they needed. And we're going to try to, it's just a dialogue. So come if you're able to. We'd love to have you there. If you're brand new and haven't done the Success Coach training, you can register for these. Strengths training with Alicia. And we're going to go places. I really believe we're working out some good kinks and students are getting connected. And imagine, like, as we go next fall and we try to maybe see, are these students who are have been mentored, could they mentor other students? That would change a campus, right? Yeah. That would change a campus, like they feel connected with adults, but now we have peers who are mentoring them. Woo! Get ready. It's going to be a good ride. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Ryan. That was, and Christine, that was wonderful. And yes, I do enjoy my time with my students, so I won't go there. We're going to move on to guided pathways, and to kick us off, I know she's here, Miss Yvette Espinoza. Oh, there she is. We're going to have her start off, and she was one of our tri-chairs. The other can I have our tri-chair stand up? Dr. Igodaro? And I'm the other one, so that's 3. I'm just buying time while you walk up here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tilly.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So I'll be brief, and then I'm going to hand it over to Travis, and he's going to do a little activity with you. I just wanted to really quickly touch on something that Ryan said that was very poignant. So I'm going to put the description, the district description for guided pathways up there. I know it's crazy, it's a lot of text. Just skim it, right? But really what you need to know about guided pathways is exactly what Ryan said. Students fall off because they don't have a plan and they don't feel connected. Guided pathways is about establishing that plan and establishing those connections. If I could not put it any more perfectly myself, which I guess I just did. In any case, what we're going to talk about today, so the reality is we know that transformation is a little bit scary. And transformation is a little bit unknown right now. And you guys have a ton of questions surrounding transformation. So what we're going to do this morning is we're really going to talk about those questions, those frequently asked questions regarding transformation. So I'm going to bring up Dr. Travis May up here, and he's going to run through an activity, a story circle with you to really identify what some of those questions are and what some of those fears are. Before I do that, however, I have to acknowledge the people who've been working all year on guided pathways. So here we've established a college team. In the fall semester, this college team did a total of 22 presentations. They went to every department, every academic division on this campus and talked to you all about guided pathways. So if you are on the college team, you know who you are, will you please stand up and can we just acknowledge them and give them a big round of applause?
Happy New Year. How are we doing? Yeah, some smiling faces. Some of you, not so much. It's all right. Well, I'm going to do a little activity with you all, and it requires for you all to stay put where you're at and just talk amongst your tables. So I know you're all talkers, so that's a good thing. So this is time for you to have a discussion. And really what's going to happen is this really surrounded about guided pathways and what concerns do you have. So think about your role and the role that you serve right now at this college. Think about it and think about how guided pathways, what concerns do you have with it? So one of the common questions is my job, is it going to be disbanded? Or something about standardization. What's standardization? What does that mean? What does that happen? You know, what does it entail for my job? So think about those concerns about when we think about guided pathways. The goals for guided pathways, if you think of an arrow going up and one going down, arrows going up is we want to have more of students' completion, right? We want to have more of retention for our students. We want to have them transfer and have career readiness. That's what we're looking at as far as the up. At the same time, we're looking to decrease the cost for them, right? And also their time spent at this college or across the district, but also not having them take excessive credits. So we're trying to really hone in and give them more of a roadmap. So think of those things. So when you're having these discussions, think of the ups and the downs, right, and your role that pertains to it. Now on your tables, there is a piece of paper like a notepad and pens. Some of you have doodled on it, so you're probably going to be the scribe for your table, okay? All right? So pick someone at your table to be the note taker, the writer, because this is going to be all collected here at the end. And really, I want to have a handful of facilitators help me. We're going to go around. But just think about your roles, fears or concerns that you have around guided pathways in your roles. Does that make sense? Questions? Questions? All right. So pick a scribe. Fears or concerns considering your roles around guided pathways. All right, go ahead. We have a little bit of time. Yeah, just...
Thank you very much.
Let's bring it back. Everyone's attention! That didn't work. All right. Hopefully, you all got some good stuff on your notebooks or the note pens. So thank you so much for that. I was walking around, seeing some discussions, listening, so it seems like we got some really good feedback there, which is very much appreciated. Go ahead and leave those note pads on the table. They'll be collected at the end. And so thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes. And Tilly, here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, everyone, for the help. Now I'm going to bring David Bannenberg up and Tim Budsworth, or individually, whichever one you like. We're going to have a facilities update and remodels. So thank you.
You got the clicker? All right, hey. Kelly. Is it that way to advance it? This way. Got to advance it? Okay. Okay, I don't do mics very well. Welcome everybody back to 2018. Hold up to the campaign. To a profitable and prosperous year, and it sounds like by Dr. Olson we're on that track for a wonderful 2018. So, while you guys were enjoying your winter break, I was here. I know. Unable to burn any vacation days I needed to use, so. I can't hear you. Really? Unable to burn any vacation days I really needed to use. So, before you left, we had several projects in the queue that were working projects, and through winter break, we continue to work those projects. We have some resolved to a majority of them. We have some that have become challenges, but all in all, we made some great progress. You're sitting in it. The Student Union. We put a fresh coat of paint on the Student Union. It now matches the whole campus. As you may recall, we stalled painting this building only because we thought we were going to be doing some exterior remodeling and stuff like that. That has been put off just for a short while. So we thought we better paint the eyesore. So you see new paint on the building. And unfortunately, the signage isn't on it yet, the lettered identification, room number, stuff like that. That is being made as we speak. So I'm expecting within the next couple of weeks, you'll see building identifiers on here, and you'll be able to identify this as the Student Union. Athletic office remodel. If any of you have been over to the gym lately, we are remodeling the athletic office area and the staff locker rooms. We are on track and on schedule, which is a good thing. We are going to be installing furniture in that area starting next Monday, actually Monday through Thursday. Right now, the athletic folks are located over in the WAC buildings. After we get the furniture in and we do the final punch on that, we are going to have an awesome athletic department. It's going to have a lot of storefront windows. It's going to be a whole new design, whole new look. So we're excited, and when it gets all done, you all got to make a walk over there because I think you'll be impressed, especially with in regards to like recruitment, stuff like that. It's going to be sharp. And Todd gets a fishbowl. Structural challenges from the original construction. As you know, that building is archaic. So we did have some challenges that did set us back, but we were able to get back on schedule, and knock on wood, we remain on schedule. Athletic office restroom. Oh, well, this is the faculty locker rooms and the public restrooms that are outside athletics. We are in the midst of redoing those. We ran into some issues structurally on the interior of those. Those may be a bit delayed after we open up that area, but of course there's other restrooms in the building and in the student service department, so that's going to have a new look too, and I think you'll be impressed. Engineering lab, a long time coming, but we actually have completed this engineering lab. It sits where the former IS building was. It's still called IS, Institutional Services, but it's now going to be labeled Engineering Lab. We were on a tight schedule for this. So we had to have this building accomplished by the first of the year in order to receive our grant materials and our machinery and stuff. And we're proud to say that we did so. That building is up. It is complete. This week, the folks from Base 11 have come in to do training and calibration of machinery and stuff like that. So if you happen to walk by, you can poke your head in if the door's unlocked, but talk about a total transformation, talk about a state-of-the-art facility. This thing is awesome. So we're proud of this, and once it gets going, Dr. Carl is going to be running the show over there, and I think he's a very happy guy. Over spring break, so the next couple months, we're going to be putting a new air handler unit in that building. We've had some issues of inconsistencies in a lot of the ability to provide good air or air, period. So, and it is good air, honest. So we're going to be installing a new air handler unit over spring break, and we're in the midst of designing that right now with the same company that actually helped us to expedite the construction over there. And the AR Copy Center, our friends over in the WAC building. They're going to be over there just a short period of time, and then we're going to be moving them back over, or moving them over to the AR building by Tony and Receiving. We have completely gutted what used to be the front part of Receiving and put cabinetry in there, new flooring. For the most part, it's ready to go. We just have some interior stuff we need to take care of and detail so they can actually run their machines. We had hoped to have it done by the end of the week so they can move this next weekend, but it's going to be delayed a little bit. But don't worry, for you folks out there that have major printing needs and stuff like that coming up for the new semester, you're going to be okay. So you just got to go to the WAC just a little bit longer, and then we'll have them moved in there, and I think you'll be impressed. LED parking lot lights. My project. So you'll notice if you come in early in the morning or late at night that we have installed LED parking lot lights in the north lot, the south lot. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. It only cost us $11,000 to do this, as a district picked up the cost of the product itself. So based on our $11,000 expenditure, it's only going to take us about a year to recoup that money in savings. So yay for us and savings. Knock on wood, the life cycle of the LED products are 22.5 years. That's on the bulbs themselves. So that's going to save us a lot of money, a lot of money. My hesitation, there were some setbacks in obtaining product for the interior of campus. We have some LED lights on the walkways in the campus, and unfortunately the person that ordered this stuff, not me, miscalculated and misordered. So that stuff is being expedited, so it won't interfere with anything you guys will be doing, but you will see LED lights and lifts and stuff around campus probably in the next week or two. But right now, all of our product is dark sky compliant. So what that means to you is that there's no light pollution from these lights. They're bright white, they illuminate the parking lots, they're awesome, enhances the safety, and also falls in line with the dark sky compliant. So if you don't know anything about dark sky, I'll let you read about it because it's pretty phenomenal, and we are on the cutting edge. So that being said, I believe, oh, no sneaks. Tim is going to be next speaking about Alertus.
Thanks, Dave. Good morning, everyone. I have two things that I'm going to cover here. Some of you have heard me do a presentation on Alertus if you've gone to the college updates, some of the various different council meetings and so forth. But it's a very important project, and I think the more we get the message out, the better, because it really focuses around life safety and emergency preparedness. So quick question, how many of you received a text message on Friday at 11 o'clock? Awesome, great. That's one of our tools that we have in place currently that we can utilize in the event that we have some kind of an emergency on campus or a situation going on, to alert and to notify our staff, our faculty, our students, people that are on campus. But that's just one tool. So what happens if you didn't have your phone registered in the HCM to be able to get that message? You may not have heard or been notified of an incident going on. So what this project, this Alertus project is entailed to do is to take that one component and combine it with a lot of different resources and a lot of different tools so that we can reach more people in the event I don't have my cell phone on me, in the event that I didn't register my number in the system to get those messages or whatever, or if I'm a vendor on campus walking through. So the Alertus project takes all of the different resources that we currently have and adds some new ones in so that we can do a notification. So some of those include telephone and text messaging like we used, right? We have one that's a desktop notification. So let's say we're in this room, we're doing this presentation, we're watching this PowerPoint, right, on this computer. If the system notified us or there was an alert, it would take control of this and populate a message on the screen. And that's going to be throughout the campus. So your workstations on campus, if you're in a class doing a presentation, those type of notifications will pop up. That's part of the Alertus project. Digital signs, we have digital signs located throughout the campus. We have about 30 to 40 different digital signs, some inside, some outside. It'll be the same thing. So there'll be a notification up there. Indoor and outdoor speakers, if you're in the parking lot and you're parking your car and you're walking onto campus and you don't have your phone, not part of it, how do you get these messages? You're not in front of a computer or whatever. We're going to have loudspeakers on a couple of different buildings and it will blast that information out. So even if you're on Legacy golfing, you'll probably hear it, right? So for the golf team, just kidding. And then the last thing is these alert beacons. So we have identified about 90 locations throughout campus that we're going to be installing these beacons, and they will have an audible, they'll have a light that'll flash around it, and it will have a message that will present itself as well. If you happen to walk around campus and you see a little sticker stuck on the wall, like in the back of the room over there by Rob, that's where the proposed location of these are going to go. So they've been identified by the team. There's a project team that's doing this that have identified certain locations where they need to be in certain buildings and so forth so that they can push that information out. We also have a couple locations that we've identified that'll be a panic button. So let's say that you're in the athletic gym watching a basketball game and a situation's going on and you have no way to notify public safety or notify of an incident. There'll be a button that somebody can push and it will start that communication back to public safety and start going from there. So that's kind of the Alertus project. Design planning's been completed. Beacon installation, we're hopeful that it's going to start in January. I'm still waiting on a couple of confirm dates on that, and then go live by March. And this is a district-wide project, so all of the campuses throughout Maricopa are going to be on this system and adopting this system as well. So consistency from there. Yes, Jean?
So when you push that button, does that go to the district
Yes.
public safety or RV?
It'll go to everything goes to District 911 right now. District dispatch, yes. The next topic I'm just going to touch on real quick, and this is kind of a teaser because it's something we when I say we, help desk, the IT department has been waiting for before my time, before I started here. So I've been here six and a half years. This has been a project that's been talked about, planned, and developed and so forth, is replacing our old help desk ticket system. So the old system, or the current system we use now, is Rio. It was developed at Rio Salado. Rio doesn't use it anymore. Okay? Kind of funny, right? It's unsecure. It's not very user-friendly. It's simple, but it doesn't give us, and it doesn't do what it can and should do. And then it doesn't give me, from a management standpoint, reporting so I can track what kind of processes or what kind of flow we got in timelines and so forth. So a new tool has been identified. This went out to an RFP, a lot of research back and forth. It is identified. It's called SysAid. We have been working with project teams, project management teams for implementation. They've been going around the different campuses and gathering input, what we're looking for, what we like, what we don't like about the current system, and going from there. It is a big tool that will do a lot of things. We're going to be using a small part of it. I think through different phased implementations over the years, it'll probably grow. But right now, they're projecting June 2018 as far as a first rollout. It will only be supporting IT right now because facilities right now also uses the Rio system. And at a future integration, they will pull facilities in and be able to submit tickets into there as well. So a lot of cool stuff. We anticipate to have a knowledge-based self-help stuff for those people that don't, that like to try to do things on their own, connect to the Wi-Fi, whatever it is type of thing. But it'll be a very, very, very beneficial tool that I am very excited about having and can't wait. So, any questions? Yes?
I have a quick question that'll take us back to alertness.
Okay.
Oftentimes we have meetings on other campuses or at the district. Is that system going to be set up so that somehow without it being too cumbersome, there's some way to alert people that there may be an incident over at Mesa Community College? Don't even head to your meeting over there.
Right.
Is there going to be that kind of connectedness between campus?
So the system will operate independently. So each campus has its own what we call server, and so that anybody that's built into that particular that school would get notifications and so forth through your text and through your phone. However, if you were at a different campus and you're in a presentation like this, the screen would get populated by the desktop takeover. Any of the alert beacons would sound as well, and any of the loudspeakers would sound for that campus. So if you happen to be, however, if you happen to be at Mesa and there was an incident here and we did the text messaging thing, you would get it, but it would be specific to South Mountain, and it'll have some verbiage on there that says South Mountain. South Mountain's in a shelter in place or an evacuation of the BE building or whatever the message may be. But if it's something that is district-wide, the district dispatch will be able to make an announcement from that system and hit all colleges at one time. It can be controlled there, locally, or here at the colleges. So, good question. Yes?
Is there any update on the website? Are we supposed to be the first to be rolled out at the district level? Is there anything?
I have to confess, I haven't attended a marketing meeting on campus lately, so I don't know. I have not heard any change in the schedule, but thanks, Zion. I think we have one coming up this week I'll attend for sure. Good question. Anything else about meetings I don't attend? Thank you.
Well, thank you. That was not the questions for me, please. Now we're going to move on to the next part of our agenda, and Dr. Olson is going to come back up and talk about our fall 2017 Pillar Awards. Thank you.
We're down to the final, we're right on schedule. We'll be able to get out of here maybe a few minutes early. Thanks again for submitting all the nominations for the 3 Pillar Awards for this fall of 2017. The Pillar Award is given each semester to 3 full-time employees who consistently demonstrate outstanding commitment to one of the 3 pillars of SMCC, supporting a learning organization, continuous improvement and innovation, and student success. At this time, I would like to recognize the Pillar Award recipients for fall 2017. They were nominated and selected by a committee of fellow SMCC faculty and staff. The first award for supporting a learning organization. This award is given to an employee who has demonstrated continuous improvement in instruction, utilized innovation to increase student learning, and has emphasized teaching and learning through faculty and staff development. This recipient's nomination included the following praises. She has been an exemplary leader of collaboration with multiple departments at South Mountain Community College. She encourages committee members to think outside the box and to come up with solutions to challenges. She will ask how the committee feels about a process, and as a group, we decide how to proceed. Even though her schedule may be very busy, she is always able to make time to discuss a challenge and be open to new ideas. From the fall 2015 to fall of 2017, so over 2 years, there have been 144 students touched through multiple measures. This semester, fall 2017, with her taking over the project as the project lead, 90 students have been enrolled through multiple measures, 75 students in math and 15 in English. I guess you probably are guessing who this is. Please welcome the Fall 2017 Pillar Award recipient for the Learning Organization, Christiane Nusma. This is the second time Christiane's been. I think she's the first person to take home 2 Pillar Awards, so the challenge is on. Next, we have the Continuous Improvement and Innovation Pillar Award. This is given to an individual who demonstrates the ability to capitalize on resources at the college and to continuously evaluate processes, policies, and practices to ensure a stable, continuously improving environment. And this is what was written about this recipient. She's very resourceful in asking and questioning how office processes and technology can be used more wisely to better serve our students and customers. She helped to combine SMCC's A&R office with business services into a one-stop enrollment service area. This holistic approach addresses student concerns and needs in one location. She cross-trained the enrollment service staff to take payments over the phone and with iPads. She also helped cross-train the cashiering staff to do the admissions and registration process, and she trained the welcome staff on how to help a student set up a payment plan in their student center. She even developed a chart for payment plans so that we can easily help students in person, on the phone, and through email to understand their options. She fought like with boxing gloves, for the enrollment cancellation process to change from purging students every night to only purging them once a week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This helps students to complete their financial aid verification needs and remain in classes so we maintain our enrollments. She has always been willing to do what is needed and learn information to better serve our students, staff, and faculty. Please help me welcome Jeanette Cernetic as the Fall 2017 Pillar Award for Continuous Improvement. Jeanette has been promoted. She took on Director of Finance, Business Services at Paradise Valley. So she took yeah. So, you know, if you want to donate to the college, we still would accept your money. It's a great promotion. She received a great promotion, so. Thank you. The Student Success Award is given to an individual who has made student success their primary focus. This employee is dedicated to ensuring that students are college ready and have the tools they need to persist to graduation and beyond. Some of what was written about this recipient includes: she inspires and motivates students with her intense hands-on mentoring and challenges students to do their very best. She actively keeps up with their progress by reminder emails and personal contact. She takes students to various events and hosts co-curricular events on campus so students can learn outside of the classroom. She is almost always available to her students by phone, email, or text, and I often see struggling students in her office. She kindly helps them overcome the rough patches that can and do come up during college life, and always puts students first by rearranging her own schedule in order to meet the student's schedule. Help me welcome Ms. Nancy Deegan as the recipient of the Pillar Award for Student Success. Last night as I was reading these, it really put a smile on my face because each year we just get a little bit more refined in terms of more people submitting nominations, and what people write about people is just absolutely beautiful. And we always share what is written about the recipients we send it to the recipients, and so it can be a part of their special file about when I'm sad, I'm going to read this file. It's going to make me feel better. So you all should have one of those. So with that, let's have a great 2018 spring semester. Congratulations on all the great work that you're doing and making happen for our students. Oh, here, Tilly's going to direct you to more stuff.
Thank you. More stuff. On the agenda, we still have poster sessions. They're around the room. Please go around and take a look at those if you can. And we also have at 11 o'clock in the same room the Faculty Senate meeting. So we don't want faculty to leave. Network, and no, that was a plug for you, Camille. So go ahead, and one last quick thing. I'd like to just take, if we can, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, okay? Do a checkout at your table. Oh, we gotta go. That alarm is going off. So 2 minutes, do a quick checkout about maybe what you're gonna do this semester, anything, whatever you want to talk about for a few minutes, go around the table and do a quick checkout. And then I'll say goodbye.